Popping in, yeah. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit.
Today, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the MVP of the National Football League in 2018, the former Texas Tech Red Raider, Patrick Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
The ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 117 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the ball carrier. Tackle made.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here, as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Here's the Chiefs punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week, as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return.
The Chargers.
And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Number 47 on the carry.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
2nd and 10.
To throw again. Chamberlain. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short.
A gain of 9 on the play. But it brings
They're running. Tomlinson. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a three-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that is going to be incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on fourth down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 44. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings
the last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Tomlinson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
47 on the carry.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Number 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
A gain of 3, second down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kenneth Murray drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. This will be fielded at the 17. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Chamberlain. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Number 81, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Yards.
Back to throw. Chamberlain under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
A loss of 6
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Midfield. 4 yards on the pickup.
Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Now here's Mahomes. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
At their own 21.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they will be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw. Chamberlain. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going to get through this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe some explanations.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
A 4-yard loss.
Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 1st down gains. 2nd down and goal. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers.
Joey Bosa. The quarterback forced out of.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Chase Claypool, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
No!
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big gain that time for the Chargers. 34 yards.
Chargers first down.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Badgley able to punch this one through. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating the... There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. There he goes left side. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown.
Lining up for the extra point.
And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now,
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Quarterback is sacked. A loss of 6 yards.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
but what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Down back at the 29-yard line.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Chamberlain. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Joey Bosa getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
Intended for Tyreek Hill.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
Pinheiro on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing on 3rd and long. Chamberlain. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for the Chargers. 48 yards.
48 yards.
And that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out.
The ball carry.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Tomlinson. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw on 3rd down. Chamberlain. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there. And now it's 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
On 4th down, Chamberlain. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Back to the running game. It's Tomlinson able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
7 on the carry. He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Tomlinson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The kick is good.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
25-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Desmond King making the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Ball carrier.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Chiefs on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz caught and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now they try the right side here and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Number 8.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
On 3rd down, Chamberlain. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Back to throw. Chamberlain. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And to give this time to the tailback. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go away.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes, line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
So here comes a very important kick now for Michael Badgley. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is indeed good. And they've come in here and stolen one on the road.
13.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Chargers, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Along